Welcome back, everyone. On deck for review today, we have the little mount that we have here on the rear of my Glock 17. It's made by Sight Mount. Interesting little concept for those guys that want to go ahead and run red dots on their handguns. They make them for a few different guns. We'll get more into that coming up in the review. But interesting little product, and we'll get into it in detail coming up next. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the Sight Mount. And we'll go ahead and pull it up here on the Glock 17. The first thing you probably noticed there is that there are actual 2 dots on the rear of the sight mount itself, so that way it can be used as a backup iron sight system should you take the red dot off your pistol. The rail there is made of 6061 T6 aluminum, and for those of you guys who are not metallurgists out there, that's a very, very corrosion resistant type of aluminum, so that's definitely a good thing. And it is a mill standard 1913 style rail for mounting all different kinds of accessories, optics on there. The installation of it is relatively simple. Right now I have not drilled and tapped my slide, but I will in the future. I'm actually going to get the slide refinished, drill and tap it, and then remount this up on there. But you can use it without it, which is kind of the beauty of the system. You can use it with or without. We'll get into that a little bit more in the review later on. But to put it in just to this level, you just drive out your dovetail rear sight, go ahead and insert the mounting hardware that comes with it, which includes the screws as well as the star washers there, the external star washers, and you're ready to go. And like I said, obviously you want to use that third mount for a more permanent, more durable system, but it is not actually required for the initial use of it. Long term, they do recommend that you go ahead and do that though. So just a little background on how I actually came about getting one of these. One of my viewers actually asked me a question about it, and I had never heard of it. So went ahead and looked into it, saw the reviews out there, went ahead and picked one up, ordered one for the Glock 17 pistol, which it fits all standard 9mm 40 357 SIG Glocks. They also make them for several other pistols. M&P, Beretta, FN, Springfield XD, there's probably others I'm just not remembering off the top of my head, but I will put a link down below to their website so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you guys have questions about compatibility. But when I first heard of it, I was like, well, why would anyone want that instead of just going ahead and getting your slide milled for whatever red dot you want? Well, a couple reasons on it. One, it's a 1913 style rail, so if you want to go ahead and switch your optics out, so say you're running a I don't know, loophole delta point or something like that, and you go ahead and pick up an RMR and you want to switch it out, well, you can do that. You don't need to remill your slide or get a new slide. So it's an option there. Another big one is going to be cost. This thing comes in at $85. Getting your slide milled is going to run you anywhere from roughly $200 to $250. You may need a higher sight if you still want a backup iron sight option. I know some guys are just going to forego that. Also, you're going to have your slide refinished. So that's an extra cost in there as well. So the cost of this is a big advantage for a lot of guys. Also, a lot of folks out there have really never even tried a red dot, so they don't know if they want to go ahead and spend the extra money to go ahead and do that on their handgun, a red dot on their handgun. So with minimal cost, again, $85, it's not nothing, but it's not $300 or thereabouts. With them getting it milled, you can go ahead and try it out and see if you like it, see if it's something that you want to go ahead and use going forward. So definitely a few advantages to it. Also, one thing I want to point out is pretty much every holster. I tried 3 different holsters with this setup, both with the loophole delta point, the aim point that you guys saw in the video, as well as the see-all mount that you guys see here. And all the holsters fit just fine. I've had no issues with actually having one right here, right in front of me. And you guys can see this is just a cheapo that I got in a trade. But a Kydex holster, pretty common. Tension holster, locks up just fine. Hope it's not broken. And no issues there. So on that, that's definitely one of the reasons you probably want to look at it. But all in all, it's been pretty good overall. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I've been able to hit the targets. It keeps it 0, all that jazz, even without being tapped into the slide, which I know you're supposed to. And when the owner of this sees it, he's probably going to be, you're supposed to drill and tap. I know, I will. And coming up in the future, when I get the whole project done, the refinishing and all that, probably in a couple months, you guys will see a follow-up video on this. But all in all, works as advertised, simple installation, and it's pretty much a good option for those of you guys out there who want to go ahead and run a red dot on your handgun. But if you guys have any questions about this, anything else I review here on the channel, you can always feel free to post below in the comments section, or you can post below over at my Facebook page, and I'll be sure to get back to you as best I can. As always though, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and hope to see you guys in the next video.